Fari Hamzei. How you doing?
How,
What's going
I'm
on?
good. How are you, Dennis?
I'm doing very well. I've got actually Joel took a vacation here for once in his life here. He's actually gone.
We
So
noticed that yesterday at I think it's Stocks and Jocks. Yes, and you
yes,
forwarded. You tried first sending their first Cavalier. First Cavalry Division.
yeah. So we got Gary Cook here filling in for Joel. But
Fari, how
what are
you
you
doing?
trading here this morning, Fari? What are
Okay.
you looking at?
I'm not touching anything yet. I'm just grabbing my cup of coffee. That's it.
Well, I know you're getting
And
itchy over
chatting
there
with you
though.
guys. But we have two trades coming up.
What do you
We need
got?
to pay attention to Baidu and Tesla.
Yes.
And the other thing we're doing is we're starting to do some repairs of the leg that didn't work of our for the first quarter EPS trades. I have some scheduling conflicts coming up next week toward the end of the week, so I'm starting to clean shop a little bit now. So, as you know, the monthlies, the theta will start to evaporate real fast starting Monday as you get into the last week of their life. So either we're going to roll them out or we're going to swallow the loss but putting a new trade in at current prices for the leg that needs help. That's the process. I mean, I'm just looking at different candidates. We started the process yesterday. We took some partial losses yesterday. So we usually we run a gamut there, and then boom, when the winners we immediately take gains on them, and then the losers we start waiting 3 days to start working on them, because you want to really let the push one side to take effect and then start working on it. Otherwise, you've got to be adding to a loser. You don't need that. So that's the process I'm in. Markets are quiet right now over on the future side. Nothing like yesterday. I walked into my interview with Stocks and Jocks before Kyle called in, for Joel, and all things were quiet. And boom, and news, which is still, it seems like about Greece came out, which still seems, from what I read, possibly was nothing more than a rumor. I don't know. We were up 12 handles
Yeah.
in one bar. So hallelujah if you were long. If you were short, bye-bye.
What
So
isn't it? Isn't it just the
hopefully
fact
that's not the case
Greece
right now. It's
comes?
quiet.
Sorry, seems like Greece comes out with bad news. They whack the market for like 10 minutes and they buy it right back up. But we hear a little bit of good news potentially over there and they buy the market up all day. It just seems like Greece almost drives us
Yeah.
higher no matter what.
Yeah. It's a bad. Good news is so. Good news. Bad news is it's temporary bad news, and then it comes a big
Yeah,
good news after that.
yeah. They
I think we were
try to find the
paralyzed.
good news in
Yeah,
there.
I think the central banks are paralyzed of what might happen. So the moment something a news item gets out that's not favorable, they call in the first cavalry. All of a sudden, all kinds of people pop out to start talking about it of notable mention. And boom, next thing you know, we're back to where we are. Look at the chart. We pulled back 2 days after the run up we had last week, and now look at what happened yesterday. Basically, we covered all that 2 days and then some. So I'm talking about SPX chart. It's just now. If you walk into my next chart, this is the chart I post usually for market timing. If you look at what's happening with utility, that's the scary part. Dow Jones Utility,
Yeah.
which is a proxy for bonds.
Yes.
Look at that. We've had a massive drop
Yeah. Three
from the
days ago.
all-time high they put in.
Yeah, 3 days ago, you really saw a drop in some of the utility stocks. DTE Energy lost 5 points. Duke Energy lost 3 or 4 points. Southern lost a couple points. You really saw some money coming out of
Right.
those utilities, and they're in those plays for the dividends. So obviously, a little bit concerned here. I don't know with the bonds selling off. Sometimes utilities pull back too.
Yeah, exactly. So if you look at other indicators like transportation, which is very quick proxy for economy, or Russell, which is a good proxy for risk on, risk off, those are very quiet. They're still range bound. But the push in utility was very well worth noting. Yesterday we pulled back. Now look at from where the day before. This is Tuesday. I'm sorry. Yeah, we pulled back on Tuesday. We pulled back on Tuesday, but on Monday, the low was -3 sigma to the dot. To the dot. Yeah, to the low of the candlestick wick was -3 sigma. So came and hit it. It was 2 days down there. Last Friday which was a big move you were talking about, and then pulled back. So now it's coming to challenge the 50 bar. Look, this game will stop. This game cannot go on for. I mean, we've said it. It's been several years now. Yes, it may continue another year or two, much to the frustration of everybody else. But one day this will stop. The music will stop, and it's not going to be pretty. So for now, you get traded very tactically. You kind of forget what your training is and what you should expect. What you do is very simple. Be a monkey, sit there, and trade the order flow. That's it. Once the music stops, yeah, then that's payback time. We'll get on the other side of the trade and just short the heck out of this, baby.
Fari,
Remember, I don't care. I'm like Gilbert. Do you see the movie 3 Days of Condor?
No, I haven't.
3 Days of Condor. Remember that with Robert Redford? I'm Gilbert, Max von Sydow, the contract killer for CIA, right? I don't care which side this baby goes. It doesn't matter to me. As long as it moves. I just don't want it to sit still. As long as it moves, I'm taking that order flow and go with it.
Okay, what about Tesla tonight? Let's go back to Tesla because I know you're playing it here. It's got a straddle of about
the young man wants some juice.
Are you one of these that don't care which way this one goes either? You just want this to move, or how are you playing it?
No. This was not that easy. This was not that. Well, wait a second. The chart says buy me. Chart says buy me. Okay.
Why?
Now,
Why does
do
the
I
chart
care
say
which
buy
way
me?
it goes?
Why?
You look at it,
What,
senor.
what
You look at your
I want to know what you're
you
looking
got
at,
see.
though. I can see the chart, but I want to know what you're looking at this time.
I offered you guys. Wait, hold on. I offered you guys like a year ago. I said when I call in, I can give you your page. So as I talk, give you charts. Nobody took that suggestion. I said the teaching has to be audiovisual. Nobody took that suggestion.
Okay, we're taking
so what do you
it
want me?
now,
I can
Fari.
send you a chart. Pardon me?
We're taking
So
we're
taking
taking
it now?
it now. Yeah, we want it now. So what are you looking at in this chart that says
Okay.
buy me?
Okay.
Teach us your
Here's a
ways.
sample. I will talk it. Okay. I'll take a snap and with a little write up, send it to you a little bit later on. But here's what we're gonna do. What happens is you walk through the chart and see what the logic is. First of all, the low we had, recent low, the local minima was put in on the 14th of January. Okay. Price low was 185. What was the location on the chart? -3 sigma, the low. Again to the dot. Okay? Pulled back, we got a CI. The following day, we had a cross on the CI, which is the momentum and trend combo indicator. Zero lag. Boom. Just wonder of financial engineering. Turn around, straight, inching up, okay? Now, we got too close to +3 sigma, which was had a cross on that day, had a cross with the 200 bar. That price was, let's see, 229. Okay, we almost got there. The high that day was 225.48. So we were $3 from the top there, approximately. Okay, then we crossed it. Now it's rolled. Okay, now it's in a pullback, but it's still above 50 bar. Obviously, as you know, earning per share trumps the charts, obviously. But all things being equal, there's a move this thing came up. There's a reason this thing came up this much, from -3 to almost +3 in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, about 14, 15 trading days. So this is not a pullback. This color chart says you buy me. Okay, this chart now. I would say just to be on the safe side, because they have issues, and also there was a write-up yesterday that said they sold 100 cars only in China.
Yeah.
They're firing some people over there. Yeah, you got to be careful there and say, okay, you know what? I better hedge my position, and maybe look at both ends. Look at call spreads, put spreads, but you don't have to pay equal amounts. You don't have to pay or play equal size. That's where the art comes in, not the science. And say, okay, I'll buy. Let's take an example. I'll buy 20 contracts spread on the upside, and I'll buy maybe 12 or 10 to the downside. Okay, so change your mix there a little bit, so like 60%, 50% type of a deal. Now the next conquest there is, what are my strikes? Again, you go back to your what do you call it? The Sigma challenge. Which one would I use? Combination. I would use a combination of daily and weekly. Look for confluence. Look, see where these things fall on top of each other. They probably make more sense. And then the next level is you go to your option chain. Do I have liquidity? This is what we go through, you know. Why? Because I'm not trading for myself alone. There's a bunch of people on the service. The moment I pull the trigger, they're all rushing to do that. So I've got to make sure we have some Y there, some volume there that makes sense. Obviously, we're not going to do it first thing in the morning. We'll probably do it around noonish today. So take a look at it and say, okay, these are the items. And then we start shuffling through the Greeks. What's my delta, the combined delta of each spread? What's my, I want the vol and I want the delta. That's the two key things I want to see. Look at those, go through your models, take a look at it and say, okay, of all these, maybe we have two trades. Sometimes you don't find a second trade, okay? So sometimes you get only one leg. If you get one leg, now you're out there. You're out there by yourself. Should you be putting, as an example I was saying, 20 contracts? No, maybe I should only put 10 and, stop praying. I don't know. I hate praying. I don't pray. Too much quantum physics when I was too young. But my point is, you have to bring it down to a workable procedure that's doable, and then you go forward. But that's what this chart tells me. The other one is Baidu. Baidu, I looked at it a little bit earlier this morning, and to me, that's already massively to one side, pushed down. I think that's just a buy side. And probably I'll buy something in 220 to about 240 call spread. And it can go. Baidu can go if you get it right. I'm not sure it's in that price multiple now. Yeah, it's high up there. But Baidu, when it goes in the hundreds, you could easily get a pretty good, decent pop out of it if you get the right spread on.
So
again, same procedure, but only on the buy side. Use Sigma channels and pull the trigger with this volume. You got to have some Y going in there.
Let's get away from the earnings here
Y
for a
is open
second.
interest.
Fari, we only got another minute with you here.
Yes,
I just want to get your thoughts here on oil here again. We know you made a great call before, and I know you're like the oil genius over there. What are your next thoughts here on oil? Because
I've never traded the darn thing.
yeah, but you make good calls on it, so we got to know what your thoughts here are, because you got some people saying Citigroup coming out yesterday saying it could have a 20 handle on it. You've got obviously other bulls that are saying, well, the low is in, and you need to be buying these pullbacks here.
Ooh,
What are your
somebody
thoughts?
say we can have a 20 on it?
Citigroup did.
Yeah,
yesterday,
I don't see 20. I don't see 20. Unless you stop by in Denver and hang out in Colorado too long. Did you get it? Okay. U.S. I don't see 20. Yeah, here's what I see is we're in the process of, I think, putting a top. Okay, in terms of a trading range. We could see a 50, 60 price, which would be the high for a while. I'd say maybe a year or two. I just don't see us taking off and going up. The part of the problem is right now. I think it's very choppy for a while. Shortly coming up is going to be, again, goes back to some of the fundy stuff that you got to pay attention to. Remember, this is the largest commodity by dollar traded. Okay, according to UN, this is the largest commodity by dollar traded. It is dollar terms, dollar weighted. The key item that's coming up is we know we have a glut. Okay, what do you do with a glut? You have to store the damn thing. We're running out of storage. Okay, so that is going to change. We have maybe a couple of months left. After that, we don't have tankers. You can order tankers, but it takes time to build them. There's so much tank farms. There's so much pipelines. They're going to be full in about 2 to 3 months. So what's going to happen then is not necessarily price, but action of the majors. It's called layoffs, my friend. The oil patch layoffs. Right now, they've been pretty mild. If you look at a rig count, the rig count has been pretty mild so far. I mean, it's dropped, but wait until We have no place to store them. So some companies, why are some companies still drilling? Why do they have the drillers on? Because they have debt. They have a choice of being default or not making much money, at least servicing a debt while they try to reorganize the debt, or partially service and reorganize the debt, and hoping for better times. Hope doesn't work in this market. So that's hopium, as Comedy Central calls it. Somewhere in there, we're going to be out of the storage facility. What are you going to do? Put it in Tupperware? It doesn't work like that, my friend. Remember, what do you call it? Remember K-Man in Seinfeld was putting his blood in Tupperware? Yeah, it doesn't work like that. There's too much of this stuff. So at some point, if this glut continues, nobody cuts back. Why doesn't they don't cut back? Prisoner's dilemma. We talked about that back in November. That's what the OPEC and also drillers here are involved. I have a cousin in Canada. It's telling me horrible up there because of what's happening with the oil prices there. I mean, slowly we're going to have a slowdown of the economies out there. Remember, jobs create jobs, and the reverse is true. When you cut back, then things are going to slow down. Then the price is going to go to its natural price it should go.
Okay,
I don't see 20, but I would say probably 40 to 50 is a new normal for
Wednesday
one.
morning. Fari, thanks a lot for joining us. We got to wrap it up. We will bring you on next week. Thanks always for joining us.
My pleasure. Take care.
Thank you, Fari.
Bye-bye.